go get me a Kia Telluride.
Sounds good.
It's Michael Zippidy doing this another episode of 504. And today we're going to talk about going to Crazy Town with the customers. This is a great story. Maybe 5-6 years ago, this woman pulls up with her kayak out of the back of her car or her SUV, and she says, "Bring me up a Telluride." I said, "Okay, bring her up a Telluride." She says, "I want to fit this kayak in this Telluride." So I was like, wait a minute, that kayak's kind of dirty. Maybe you could put it on the roof. I got a kayak at my lake house. Most people just tie them on the roof, put it on the roof rack. Nope, I want to put it inside. I said, "Hey, how about, since it already has a hitch, we get you one of those little cheap kayak trailers where you just pull it right behind the car." She goes, "No, I don't want a trailer. I want to put it in the car." So I'm like, okay, hold on. So I was pretty new in the business, so I go in by the manager. So I'm like, man, I think I'm dealing with somebody that's nuts, right? I'm like, she's trying to put this dirty kayak into this brand new car. They said, "Well, let her do it." I said, "I don't think it's going to fit. I think it's crazy." They said, "Well, just do what she wants," right? So I go back out there. I put the passenger seat all the way forward in the Telluride, and I'll be damned if the two of us didn't lift this dirty kayak, it was a one-person kayak, and jam it in on an angle, and we could close the Telluride gate. So she's like, "Sold, this is exactly what I want." And we just picked out a color, and she drove it away. Now, pretty memorable situation, right? A couple days ago, she calls me. "Hey, this is so-and-so." I'm like, "Okay." She goes, "You'll remember me. I'm the one who had to fit my kayak in the Telluride." And I'm like, "I do remember you." And she says, "It's time to get a new Telluride for my kayak." So the lesson of the day is sometimes you have to listen to the customer, even though you try to object to all their craziness, and go to Crazy Town with them. And at the end of the day, you sold the car. And that's what matters. That's what your boss cares about. And that's what your owner cares about. Michael Zippidy, Duda, 504, I'm out.
Going to Crazy Town sells cars.
Thank you so much, Zippidy.